All things are possible. All things are possible, and there is no limitations, despite or actually the fact that you might feel that there are limitations. Right? There are no limitations except for those that you have put in place in your life. Okay, life is a place of abundance. Okay, life is a place of abundance. Life is an expression of abundance. The universe is always vibrating in abundance. Why are humans separating themselves from their abundance? Because they don't believe in themselves. They don't believe in abundance, okay? I don't believe in abundance because of their programming, right? Today we'll be talking about a very interesting topic called how to become rich, that the universe gives you all that you need, right? All your needs are always met. How do you feel like that? How do you get to that point where you feel that you have all your needs met? So, welcome souls to my life. As I said, we're talking about abundance today. We're talking about abundance today. It's about the abundance. Today we are diving deep into the powerful concepts of how you can become rich, where the universe gives you all that you desire. Now, when I'm talking about rich, I'm not just talking about money rich. I'm talking about abundance in opportunities, in love, in peace, in freedom, in wellness. And then, well, we can also talk about money, because once you have that feeling of abundance and wellness within yourself, you're vibrating in a frequency of abundance, and now you're allowing the money to come into you, the situations that are going to bring you the money flow, because you're in that vibration, that frequency of abundance. That's what we're going to talk about today. Now, let's talk about refining what it means to be rich. What is richness? It's an easy concept. Richness is all about how you feel more than anything else. Richness is an energetic situation, energetic vibration, a frequency. It's all about the energy. That's richness. Is all about that. We always hear people talking about this, right? It's not hard to understand. We all know that we are frequency, that we are energy, right? So it's about you constantly going in that vibration. If you're constantly feeling and telling yourself you are broke, you're doing the opposite. If you're telling yourself that life is a struggle, you're doing the opposite. If you are telling yourself that life is scarce and there's scarcity in life, you are doing the opposite. You're not vibrating in abundance, right? We all know that the universe will mirror exactly what we are believing, whatever we seem to be true in our mind, what we are saying is true in our reality. The universe has to mirror exactly that. God has to give us what we are aligned to, our vibration. It's not about what your words are saying, it's about your frequency. Behind your words, what is the frequency? That frequency is very important, because that's the frequency that the God principle is listening to, that God, the universe is listening to, that feeling, not the words. A lot of people speak about positivity, but they're not feeling it within themselves. It's now not aligned, okay? But spirit is only focused on your alignments, your frequency, not your words. Right? What you truly believe, what you truly mean is embedded in your frequency, in your vibration, in other words. But when you embody in richness, when you embody it, you feel the abundance within yourself. You tap into the flow where everything is possible. All things are possible. Life is limitless, as I said. And it'll come without any effort when you're feeling that life is limitless, okay? When you're feeling that life is abundant, your riches, your wealth will come easily without any effort. Number two, universal law. What is universal law? Let's go into it. Here's the great abundance, right? That abundance exists within us. The version of you, my dear, as the rich, wealthy person does exist in the quantum field. The version of you as the person who's successful, who's achieved everything in life also exists. And then there's you in the now, right? So you need to decide where you want to be. Which version do you want to be of yourself? The one that's achieved all things, the one that's successful, because that version of you does exist in the quantum field. You need to choose, make that choose, and then tune your vibration accordingly so that you're able to get there, right? Think of yourself as like an energy, as like a frequency, a radio dial. Okay, how do I feel today? I dial the radio frequency to how I want to feel, joyful, grateful. That's, I dial myself into that frequency, right? I decide to think those thoughts and affirm it in myself. I'm grateful. And that energy that your words bring about takes you to another radio frequency, right? Like, for example, if you want to listen to music in a certain radio FM, maybe at 50 or 155 FM, you're not going to tune into 66 or even 100. You want to go to 155, so you need to tune yourself accordingly, right? This is a simple concept. However, it needs intention, it needs focus. You need to intend to change your frequency, right? Your thoughts and emotions are your dial. In other words, your thoughts and your emotions are your dial. Those are the things that you're using to change your frequency, your radio dial, to wherever you want to be. It's all about that. Universe responds by giving you those experiences aligned to where you are in the frequency range. I always talk about this in my lives. It's about that. You need to decide what are you are today. You get up in the morning, you decide, am I happy? Am I joyful? Am I grateful? What do I have to be grateful for? You decide. Because if you're gonna say, I'm going to complain about what I don't have, now you are keeping yourself away from the vibrational frequency of high frequency. You're keeping yourself away from a high vibrational frequency when you decide that no, I'm not complaining about what I don't have. I'm not complaining about life as it is at this moment. I'm going to be complaining about all the things that don't add value in my life. Now you're telling universe, no, I want this. This is where I want to be. This is my frequency. This is where I want to be in life. Now you are consciously choosing where you want to be. So, and then don't complain when life doesn't give you what you desire, because you're not aligned to what you desire. You are aligned to where you are at the moment. It's all about that. Now let's speak about the mindset change. Mindset is everything. Because as I said at the beginning of my life, all things are possible. A person with a mindset of all things are possible. I am well, Lavi. How are you? Thank you for joining my life. Is it Pindani? How are you, my love? And thank you, Spa, I now pronounce your name, but it's Spa Mandla. How are you, Spa Mandla? Yeah, I think I'm pronouncing it right. I hope you're doing well. Right, I'm Sissy, life coach, motivation speaker. Today we're speaking about how to become rich, that the universe gives you all that you desire. Right, I spoke about refining what is richness. Richness is not only about money, it's about feeling that wealth and abundance. It's about you vibrating in the frequency of wealth within yourself before the money comes. Being happy, having all the love, having peace is part of you having abundance. The money comes in when you have that vibration, that gratitude. Then the opportunities come that bring you the money. The opportunities come that bring you the money. And then I was speaking the last point, I spoke about the universe as an abundant space. What do we mean by that? The secret is that there's a version of you in every type of state in the quantum field. There's a rich version. That version that's achieved all things. That version that has won the lotto or has graduated and got a degree and got a great job. That version's out there. Then you are where you are now. Now, the fact that you have desires, it means that there's a version of you that has achieved your desires. That's what it means. So somewhere in the quantum field, somewhere in the astral realm, there's a version of you that you've been dreaming about. That successful one, the one that passed your final exams for the semester. That person that's so motivated to study harder. That person that's motivated to do things better does exist. Right now, here you are. So where do you want to be? Which version of you do you want to be? Do you want to be the version of you that doesn't have success in your life? Or do you want to be the version of you that has a success? Oh, thank you, sweetie pie. Thank you for joining my live. This is Ruri. Thank you, Ruri. Thank you, Radebet, for joining my live. Today we're talking about the frequency of abundance. We're talking about becoming rich, and universe gives you all that you desire right now at this moment, right? Remember, because the only moment is the now moment. Time is really an illusion, the way we think about it. It's not linear. Everything's happening at the same time. So where you are now, it's very important. Today is a very important moment. This moment now, where you are now is very important. The frequency that you're vibrating in now is very important. Where are you now in the frequency range, right? I spoke about universe. I spoke about you understanding universe. If there's a version of you, the poor version, there's a rich version, the successful version of you in the quantum field. You decide on where you're gonna align yourself to, which version of you. That a version that always complains about not having, or that version that's always saying yes, thank you, spirit, thank you for my life, thank you for everything that I have in my life. I'm blessed with abundance. Are you gonna take that version, or that version that's always complaining about there's no jobs, there's lack, that things are difficult? Which version are you gonna go to? Which version are you going to align to? Spirit is giving us that choice. Spirit has given us a choice in life. Okay, remember, your thoughts and emotions are your dial to get to where you want to go. Your thoughts and your emotion are the dial to get to where you want to go, right? For example, see yourself as like tuning yourself like a radio. Which vibration? Remember that if you want to listen to a certain sound or music or a program on the radio, you go to that specific frequency, you dial to the frequency, maybe FM 101 or 102 FM, you dial to it. You won't go to 66 because that's not where you want to go. Same with your thoughts and your feelings and your vibrations. You need to match them. You need to match them perfectly, right? Perfectly. So they say your thoughts and emotions are your dial, right? If you think and feel wealthy, you broadcast a frequency of wealth and abundance, and the universe, God, will then respond to give you all that matches to your vibration. It works like that. Thank you for liking my life. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, right? So there's something that resonates here when I'm talking to you about these things. They're resonating to you, right? Thank you, Jody, Daniel. Thank you for joining my life, right? So again, number 3, mindset shift. Everything's about your mindset. Everything's about your mindset. Your mindset is what creates your reality. Your mindset is what got you where you are at this moment. It's your mindset. Becoming rich, the universe will give you everything you want. If you shift from I need to I have, I'm experiencing it now. I'm so thankful and grateful because I have what I have now, and I'm open for more. Then the universe will now give you, because you're saying that this is where I am, right? You are then becoming magnetic to all your desires. Remember that very well. You becoming magnetic to all your desires. Very important. Because gratitude is your greatest part, it's your greatest tool for getting what you want in life, right? You want to level up. Be grateful for where you are now. Be grateful for opportunities that have not yet manifested into your life experience. Be aware that they are possible. Be aware that you are worthy of these opportunities always. Remember, you're creating something from the nothing. That's how we're manifesting. We're creating something from the nothing. However, we don't have nothing. We have a worldview. We have a mindset. We have a worldview and a mindset that helps you create what you want in life. Very important to know that, right? And the universe loves faith, having faith in all the things that you believe in, having faith in the fact that you are abundant, that you are worthy of having all that you need and desire, right? Having that faith, because it says even in religion, faith is very big. You just need the size of a mustard seed for all things to be possible in your life, and you have faith in that thing, even if it has not yet showed up in your life, but it does exist, as I said, in a quantum field. There's a version of you that already has succeeded and achieved all the things that you want to achieve at this moment. This moment is just a build up to the future. You're building the future by focusing on doing all the things that you need to do to create your future. Okay, thank you so much for joining my live. I enjoy that. Make sure you like as well, guys. Make sure you like my live. Yes, you're right and correct about that, Radebe. Make sure you like and join my as you are joining my live, my live, guys. Right, like my live, and so that more people can also tune in as well. This is a very interesting topic as we dabble into this concept of abundance. Abundance is possible for every single person. There's no certain people that deserve abundance. We all deserve it. We're all worthy of abundance. And when you believe that you are an abundant person, thank you for enjoying the live. You're enjoying this, was it Ruri Radebe? Thank you so much Thank you for your support, right? Thank you for joining my live as well. If you have not as yet, go ahead and subscribe to my channel when you finish with the live, right? Go ahead and subscribe to my channel so that you can get to see whenever I do my lives, okay? It's all about the abundance flow. So all things are possible, guys. There's even a Christian song that says all things are possible. But people don't believe in that because they believe in what they're currently experiencing and not believing in the possibilities, not believing in their dreams. Everything begins with a dream, with a vision. Every little success for every single successful person began with a vision, with a dream, right? And it's not there yet, and you believing in that dream brings forth that into manifestation, into your reality. It's all about that. The universe believes in the faith and it loves faith, and you need to believe in yourself, right? It responds and it delivers all that you feel is true in your life. The universe delivers to those who believe in themselves. The universe delivers to those that have faith in themselves, right? And gives you all that you desire always. Now, your self-image is very important, which is part of your mindset. Your self-image is very important, which is part of your mindset. I see myself as wealthy and capable and deserving. I am deserving. I'm capable. And universe shall now has to give me what I desire and what I see myself a match to, right? Always. The universe has to reflect and give you back all that you desire according to what you believe, very important. According to what you believe, your mindsets about yourself. The universe shall give it to you just as it is. People say, I'm praying and I'm praying and I'm not getting what I want, or I'm learning to manifest and I'm doing all the techniques and doing everything and I'm not getting what I want. The whole idea is, what is your mindset in relation to that thing that you want and desire? What is your mindset in relation to that thing that you want and desire? Or have you do you have some doubts about your prayer, your petition, even when you're doing a spell work, when you do spell work for people, right? And they say, I want a certain thing in my life, right? So you do the spell work and you give them affirmations, you give them things to do and say every single day. Light your candle, breathe in and breathe out, visualize this thing that you want, and keep on saying these things to yourself, right? So while you're saying it, are you believing in it? That spell that you have set, that spell that you paid for, because people pay other people to do spells for them, right? However, they don't understand that person doing the spell for you is believing in herself, right? And in her ability or his ability. You, the person, is supposed to be the one receiving the work done. Or you believing in that thing that you want and desire? Or you even believing that there's something called spirituality, that spirit can give you all the things that you want? Or you believing that a person can do a spell for you and things can work for you? Or you aligning yourself to that person's intentions, that person's intentions, the person who's doing the spell? All things need that energy. So you got to support that person. Same with churches, when a pastor's praying for you in the church and putting those spells into the atmosphere and saying that, yes, this person's going to be healed. Yes, this person has abundance. I'm speaking life over this person's life. Or you believing in what that pastor is saying. Same as what I'm doing now. I'm speaking into the saying that abundance is a true thing. Or you align to what I'm saying, right? Is it true to you? Remember, where two or more come together in agreement, all things are possible. Life is magical when two or more people come to in agreement, right? So if this content resonates with you, welcome to my live, and thank you for being here. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your input. So if you have any comments, and comment and say, I am well and I believe in wealth and abundance, please go ahead and do that, because it also affirms that your wealth is something that's there. It's a real thing. Your abundance is real. It affirms that. Now, what can we use? How do we use day-to-day practices to tune into this abundance? The most populous thing is your words, affirmations. I can say this over and over again. Your words create or they kill. It's up to you. They destroy or they create. It's up to you. What words are you using? Your intentions, what are your intentions? Affirmations are powerful. So what can we do on a practical day-to-day practice that we can do? Frequency. right? Frequently, we can do affirmations on a day-to-day basis, saying out loud, I am rich, right? I am worthy. I have everything that I desire. The universe provides for me completely. Universe is conspiring for my divine good, right? I can imagine my life being so wonderful. I might not be there now at this moment, but I know there's a version of me that has all that I desire. All I need to do is I match to that version, right? Open myself to the possibilities of becoming that person that I want to be, that I wish to be, that I desire to be, that I am, because you are really are that person already. Because look, once you have that desire in your head, you are already there. People get stuck in the now. You're already there in the spiritual, but because the physical is holding you down and you're focusing and complaining about where you are now, you don't understand it. The spirit is trying to pull you from focusing on the now to where you want to be, right? So this life is about you all being taught that today, whatever your dream is at this time, at this moment, Rory and others, Aqua, thank you for joining my live. Whatever your dream is at this moment, understand that it's there. You need to align yourself to your dream. You need to imagine yourself in that place, having those things that you want and desire, and speak life into it. As I said, the world was created with the word. In the Bible, it says that the first thing with that was there was the word, and the word was God. Now remember, you are your words, you are your perceptions, you are your vibration. That's what it simply means. You are your words. God's words are his, or is his, right? So we are part of divine source, we are part of God. What is God's? Ours. We are an expression of divine source. We have the power to speak life into our own experience, or we can speak death into our own experience as well. We have that power. Your words are very important. The second tool is visualization. Yes, this is old information. It's not new. There's nothing new under the sun. The second thing is visualization. So if you envision, to visualize yourself in that experience that you want to experience. Imagine yourself already having that car, driving that car, living in your dream home. Imagine yourself doing that, right? And all things are possible. Remember, the more you feed the dream, the more it manifests into your reality. The more you feed it with your energy and your focus, the more it manifests in your reality. Last week I said, if you want a car, go car shopping. Go online, look at magazines, go to the dealership, go car shopping for that car that you desire. And please don't even think about what I can afford, what I cannot afford. Think about what I desire, because the universe is going to bring it to me. Say that to yourself. The universe is going to bring it to me. I need to just align myself to it. Right? Remember, your dream is the most important thing. Your desire is the most important thing. Not the lack. It's the desire that's most important. Not the now. If it's traveling the world, go and look at traveling YouTube videos. Go and immerse yourself in the idea of traveling and understand. Ask yourself, what can I do to make this possible? Spirit, please allow people, situations, circumstances to come into my life, right? That can allow me to travel. Go and get a passport. Just invest in a passport. That's the first thing you need to do. Go and invest. If South African, it's 600 Rand. Go buy a passport. Go and apply for your passport and have it, and say, yes, I have this passport because I'm a traveler. I'm traveling. I'm going to visit many different countries. How I get there, where I get the money from is not important. Now I'm focused on the fact that I've desired to be a traveler. Go online, look at traveling videos. Go get traveling magazines. Do something. Go and look at prices for tickets and visas. Go look for those prices. Go and Google and say, yes, how much does it cost to get a visa to Japan? How much it costs to get a visa to New York? Go and do it, because you tell your universe, I am aligning myself to this and I believe it's possible. Now remember, people are going to be telling you dreaming is impossible. This is really, this is childish. No, life is about the dream. Life is about the manifestation, and you focusing on that thing with purpose always, right? Then the third one is to act as if, right? As I said, go to the dealership. You're acting as if you can afford, because you can afford it. You really can. It's about you believing that you can afford it. It's about you believing that you can afford that car that you want. And don't tell me about what is in the physical reality. The physical reality is a past. It's a picture. It's a result of your past vibration. Now you're changing your vibration. You're doing all the things you need to do to get where you want to go. It's a flow, guys. Life is easy. We need to flow with it. We need to be like children. It says in the Bible, in the Christian Bible, be like children, because children have open hearts and all things are possible. As I said, all things are possible except for those things that you deem to be impossible in your life. You have the choice to decide that it's impossible for you to have that car, it's impossible for you to have that new job or whatever you want and desire. If you want something, you work towards it with your emotions and your belief system. Remember, the spirit loves faith, God loves faith, universe loves faith and focus. Focus and faith work together, because when I focus on something, I have faith it's gonna happen. I'm gonna be relentless. I'm gonna push until it happens. We're not with desperation, but with purpose, with belief, with surrender, that if I just do this and just let it relax on myself, and all things are possible when I relax. That's the surrender part. We'll come to that, right? Now we are looking at what we can do every single day. The make if or act as if it's happening at this moment. Make small decisions, right, as your wealthy person that you want to be, that you are now, the one that you're manifesting. Make small decisions and actions that actually push you in that vibration, even choosing generosity, kindness, or even investing in yourself signifies to the universe that you are an abundant person when you start being more generous to others with what you have at this moment. Your time is money, right? So even your time is something you can be generous with. Be kind to yourself and kind to others. Nurture yourself and say that I want to buy this luxurious soap. It's a bit expensive, but I'm going to buy it because I believe in luxury. I believe that I'm worthy. I can have the soap. I can have whatever I want and desire. And invest yourself in it and use it and embrace using it and enjoy it and immerse yourself in that luxurious soap that smells so beautiful. Right? Even if it's a blanket, whatever it is. I know that in Southern Africa now we are moving to the summer seasons, right? Summer solstice. So whatever it is, maybe it's a suntan lotion that you want to invest in, or maybe it's a summer outfit you want to invest in. It's a little bit more expensive than the usual clothes you buy. However, when you're looking at abundance, thank you, Zulu. Thank you for joining my life. Looking at abundance, you say to yourself, you know what? I can afford this. I can afford this. Now you're telling universe that I'm ready. I'm ready to experience my abundance. And remember, it's never too late. It's never too late. If you have tried this thing before, these techniques before, I love it too, love you. Love you too, Zulu. Thank you so much. When you have tried and maybe in the past it never worked out so for you before, it doesn't mean that this time if you try again, it's not going to work out. All things are possible. Affirmations are great tools. Right, you need to affirm it all the time. Now let's look at surrender and flow. This is where we normally get stuck. Surrender and flow. The trust and the faith, the surrender and flow. You need to trust and have faith in yourself. Remember that there's the final piece of the whole manifestation techniques is always surrender and flow. Stop chasing, because universe doesn't like desperation. God doesn't like desperate beings. The frequency is not aligned to desperation. Doesn't allow, it gives you the same thing that you where you are at the moment. Doesn't give you what you want. Desperation says that I don't have, I'm lacking. That's what it's screaming. It's screaming loud. I don't have. I'm so desperate to have. I don't have. But if you say, well, it can come in my life in any way. I have no insistence on how it comes in. It's gonna come in. How I get that call, I'm not insisting in any specific way it'll come in. It's coming in because I trust. It's about you surrendering. And Bashar always speaks about surrender. Neville Goddard speaks about surrender. Everybody speaks about surrender. Even Florence Shinn, Shovel Shin speaks about surrender. Even Napoleon Hill in his books of manifestation and creation talks about surrender. It's a very big part of being a creator, is to trust the process. When you are a creator, you trust the process. You wrote the book and everything. You published the book. Now you trust the process that people are going to like your book. They're going to take it and they're going to read it. You trust that process because it's out there already. You've already envisioned yourself being the successful author. You already envision yourself as being that great father to your children. You already pictured it because there's a version of you that you've aligned yourself to. Okay, that great father version of you, the one that nurtures his children, taking care of his children, loving his wife and respecting his wife, and providing for them. You need to envision that so that you can work towards it. You have this idea, you're working towards an idea. When you don't have an idea, you don't know what to work towards, right? So that's why the visualization is so important, to imagine so important, always important. Okay, in closing, let's close now, right? It's all about the abundance. So how do you become rich and the universe gives you everything that you desire? How does that happen? We spoke about mind shift change. We spoke about being rich at this moment, feeling the gratitude at this moment, even if that new job hasn't arrived yet. Be grateful of where you are at the moment with the little that you have, the opportunities that you have. Take action where you need to take action. Align yourself to what you want to do. Remember, the spirits will give you insights and ideas for you to actually take actions on. Don't procrastinate on your successful future. Do not procrastinate on your successful future. Every idea you have, take inspired action upon those ideas. And then lastly, surrender and rest. Because even God rested on the seventh day, according to the Bible story, right? On the surrender and rest after you've done all the things you need to do, and then you rest and just surrender and allow all things to happen to you, right? Allow it to happen because now you align yourself to it. Thank you so much for subscribing. Please do so, subscribe when you get a chance. Okay, it's all about level up in this channel, right? It's a growing channel, but it's growing slowly but gradually, but it's building up momentum. I can see each month is building up momentum. I believe in the growth of my channel. I believe in myself as a content creator. I believe that all things are possible. Right? I believe in all possibilities and all things will happen according to what I believe. Thank you so much for joining my live Fire Nights. Nice to meet you. Please go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you have not as yet. And like this live as well so that more people can come through as well, because we're speaking about abundance, okay? So you've missed out the first part of it, right? Right? But now we're going to move on to the next part of my life, right? Which is also about abundance, right? But now we're going to talk about Napoleon Hill's take on this whole concept about grow and become rich, right? It's all about the abundance, right? There we go. Remember, the universe is always listening to you, always. Tune into your wealth. And God has no choice but to give it to you. When you believe that you are wealthy, speak like a wealthy person, move like a wealthy person, vibrate in the frequency of wealth always, right? Vibrate in the frequency of wealth always. Now let's speak about the core concept here of abundance flow. Abundance flow. Now we're looking at the way what's this guy's name? Napoleon Hill sees everything. He sees wealth as a way of living. It's a lifestyle. It's a mindset. It's a frequency of who you are, right? It's all about you. It's all about your abundance flow. It's about your abundance flow, right? Now let's talk about this more in depth, right? You spoke about persistence, which is one of them, right? Persistence is important. He's speaking about 13 principles of success in the book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. There's 13 principles of success. Now, as I'm talking about these principles, please ask yourself, how do I feel about these principles? Okay, number one, desire, right? Are you afraid of your desires? Are you ashamed of having desires? Do you feel guilty of having desires? Remember, desires means that you want expansion. Your higher self is giving you a way of getting the expansion. It's a normal thing to have desires. We are to desire. We are to create and manifest. We are to have all our needs met always. Desire. The starting point of all achievements, as Napoleon says in his book. The starting point of all achievements is desires. Don't be ashamed of your desires. You must want success strongly enough to push through all your challenges and obstacles. I'm going to say that again. You need to want success in life strong enough that can push you. That desire must push you through all the challenges and obstacles, because you will get it. We call it a burning desire. There's desire, yes, a desire, but there's also a burning desire. Burning desire says, I will do it. It's going to happen. I'm not going to rest until I get it. That's the burning desire. I trust in my life. This obstacle comes across, I cross over, jump over, I move it one side. It's heavy. I get some other people to help me move it one side, but I'm moving forward. That's what a burning desire is all about. You willing to move those obstacles and ask for help when you need that help from others to help you remove those obstacles that are stopping you from achieving all your desires, right? Remember that you need to have a strong desire, a burning desire. A burning desire becomes the fuel that drives you forward. A burning desire becomes the fuel that drives you forward in life. Number two, faith, as I mentioned in other parts of my life. Faith, believe in yourself and the process of your wealth and your abundance, your success. Believe in yourself and your process of your wealth and your abundance and your success. Visualize and affirm each day. Live in the future. Live in where you want to be. Live at the end, as I say, as Neville Goddard says and Wayne Dyer says. Live at the end. Visualize and affirm your success daily. Affirm it. Right? Say, I am wealthy. I am successful. I have achieved all my desires. Faith also transforms your desires into your reality because faith is big. Remember that I see the universe loves faith. God loves faith, loves people that move with faith. Very important as well. So once you finish visualize, you do it daily, you're affirming. Now you're adding faith. You believe in this thing. It's there. And you aligning yourself to it. Don't listen to people that are telling you the negative things. You dare to dream. You dare to have faith in your life experience always. Okay. Always important to understand that faith transforms desire, right, into your reality by convincing your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is where everything is kept, right? So your faith and your insistence on having this thing helps you program or reprogram your subconscious mind always, right? The next thing we can consider is the auto suggestions, which are programming your mind. Auto suggestions programming your mind, okay? It's all about repetition, positive affirmations, and self talk that implants belief in your subconscious mind. It's about the repetition because you are where you are now because of your past repetitions of what you believe in your life and what you believe to be true in your life. So now you start from scratch and now you're affirming with repetition, positive affirmations, self-talk, encouraging yourself, implanting belief into your subconscious mind always, right? Remember, your subconscious mind is like a blank slate. It doesn't have any opinions. You give your subconscious mind those opinions, those truths. You tell your mind what is truthful to you, right? You decide because your subconscious mind is a blank. It doesn't have any bias. It just takes what you believe to be true, right? Then it keeps it there. And then it helps you mold your life accordingly to what you believe, right? Then speak and think as if you already have that thing that you want and desire. Think and speak as if you already have that thing that you want and desire. Whatever it may be, maybe it is your subscribers, you want them to be increased. Believe that it's possible. Speak into it always, right? Very important. Speak and think as if you already have the thing that you desire. Speak into your reality, right? Remember, your reality is subjected to your belief, is subjected to your own belief. People have different realities, as I said yesterday. Every single person on this live now has their own reality and their own beliefs, okay? Okay, and we agree on certain things, yes. But at the end of the day, my beliefs are far-fetched from your own. I have my own belief and you have your own. You building and creating your own reality. I'm building and creating my own reality with every belief like a brick. Every belief is like a brick. Every thought is like the cement to cement those beliefs, which are the bricks of my life, right? Basically, it's like that. Then the next step is number 4. Specialized knowledge. Information is key. Specialized knowledge. General knowledge won't make you rich and wealthy, okay? Remember, general knowledge is about working the 9 to 5 grind. General knowledge is about you working for somebody else, okay? You have to find specialized knowledge that all things are possible. How can I be my own brand? How can I make my own money? How can I level up? Even if you are currently employed and you have employer, a corporation doesn't mean you don't you cannot find a hobby or cannot find, let's call it a side hustle that's going to level you up. Remember that general knowledge won't make you rich. You need to go and tap into specialized applied knowledge that will help you level up, right? Because the normal mundane thing says that I need to get up and work for somebody else and work there till I'm pensioned off, okay? Specialized knowledge says that you can try something else while you are working for that organization until you're able to leave and focus on your own level up on your own business. That's specialized knowledge, right? Then there's more many tap into that information. Go and read the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Go and read other books by Wayne Dyer saying that all things are possible. Go and read the book of Florence Scovel Shinn, that life is a game. There's so much information to inspire you and wake you up and connect you to your higher self. Now remember that the teacher comes when the student is ready, right? You're only ready for what you can absorb and understand now. Who knows in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks or even 2 months what you'll be ready for. You understand? Remember that we forever expanding, forever expanding in our mind and our consciousness and our higher self will send in those breadcrumbs of knowledge for us to absorb and accept and then grow from. And we keep on growing and growing and growing and growing. Remember that working a 9 to 5 is not a bad thing, it's not a wrong thing, it's not a negative thing. It is a way of making money. However, you can expand yourself further than that. You can expand yourself further than that. And remember, being rich is subjective to you. Every single person has their own idea of what is rich, what is wealthy. Certain people think just being wealthy is having a home and having a car and having clothes and having money in a bank account. That's all. That's what they think is wealthy. Other people think that wealth is about traveling, it's about exploring other parts of the world. Anytime going on holidays 3 times a year, whatever it may be. It's all different. Other people think that wealth is about buying Gucci bags and about wearing those expensive brands and all those things. Other people believe it's about different things. Every person, some people say it's about giving. I have money, I must give charity all the time. I must be giving to every single person that needs me. I must be feeding the hungry. See, everybody has their own perception of what it means to be wealthy and how should I actually be when I'm wealthy. It's up to you. You decide. It's not right and wrong. You creating this version of you. You are the master of your reality. You are your director of your life. You are the creator of your life experience. You're the main character. You decide what your film's going to be like because we are actually creating. We're all in our own stages here. You decide what your film's going to look like. You the leading lady or leading man and how things are going to happen. You decide on everything. Nobody else does it for you. That whole idea that you are a victim is the ego. It's the ego that's telling you that you're a victim. You're not a victim. You know exactly where you're going, what you want. So act accordingly. Long shot, thank you for joining my live. Thank you so much for joining my live. I notice you, acknowledge you. I acknowledge the God within you. Thank you so much for joining my live. Namaste. I open myself to you and I hope that you enjoy this content as well. All right, I acknowledge you. Every single person here, I acknowledge you with love. May you receive this information and accept it and embed it and maybe practice it in your life. Go add more information that's like this information that I'm actually sharing with you all today in this live, okay? Now, the next one is number 5, imagination. Mr. Napoleon Hill speaks about imagination in Think and Grow Rich. Imagination, very important. Every single spiritual teacher is talking about this imagination thing. What is an imagination? Right. Ideas are very important. I'll be talking about my imagination. Ideas are the starting points of wealth. Ideas, when you imagine this idea, I have this idea of making more money. That's the imagination they're talking about. It's a thought, it's an idea. That's the imagination they're talking about. Ideas are the starting points of wealth. Use creative imagination to come up with new possibilities and then imagine yourself through it and combine the old way of doing things to new ways of doing things. Remember, another thing I need to state, and the truth, there is no new thing on this earth. However, there's new ways of expressing it, right? So a new thing and an old thing. The old way of doing things, you do it the new way, the way that resonates with who you are. That's what they mean here when they say they speak about old things and new things, because there's no really new things. You are the new thing. Your idea, your insights, your push, your inspiration is the new thing. Right now, you will take your inspiration with the old things and mix them together to manifest this thing that you want in your life. Okay, remember that nothing is new under the sun, according to the Christian Bible, and it is the truth. There is nothing new under the sun. What I'm telling you all now is nothing new. I'm just saying it the way it resonates with me. I'm giving it with my own energy, my own being, my own higher self, my own connection to the truth of what I believe it is. It's all about inspiration. When you're highly inspired, all things are possible, right? Then he speaks of number 6, organized planning. Organized planning. I love when he says, a goal without a plan is just a wish. A goal without a plan is just a wish. A goal without a plan is just a wish. Build a practical plan. Test the plan and then adjust it according to how it needs to be adjusted. Fine tune your plan, right? And then decisions, make decisions. The mastery of procrastination, don't procrastinate. Master the idea of putting things off, right? Whatever you do now, if you're inspired to do it now, do it now. Don't put things off. When you put things off, right, you're pushing in a way, you're telling universe, telling God that now I'm not ready for this level up. I'm not ready to start this business. I am now going with my fear. I'm following my fear. I'm not following my inspiration. I'm following my doubt, not my inspiration. That's what it's all about. So procrastination is based on fear and doubt, right? When you procrastinate on things that you should be doing, you have this idea, but now you're putting it on hold because you're afraid. You're afraid of not achieving. You're afraid of what people are going to say to you, what people are going to think about you. You're afraid of whatever. You're afraid you're not going to have time to do whatever it is. Now, that is the procrastination is the mother of all failures, right? The mother of all things not getting done, because there's no real to failure. Because the more you don't achieve something, the more you push to go and try again. So there's no real failure. There's only a failure when you decide not to try again, right? When you let the procrastination and the doubts lead you to now abandon your dream. Now you've really now decided that you're not going to go that way. You're not going to level up and become that wonderful, successful person you want to be, right? Okay. Decision making is important. As you said here, successful people make decisions quickly and change them slowly. I love this. When you're mastering your procrastination that you have, I remember that successful people make decisions fast and quickly, but they change them slowly. So now you can amend them. You can amend certain things to make it more better for yourself, right? You can amend certain things to make them better for yourself, okay? Remember, decisions or indecision, actually. Decisions are important. However, when you have indecision, when you're not sure, you have indecision, and fear kills opportunities. Don't have indecision, because it kills opportunities, and fear also kills opportunities. All things are possible. All things are possible. Indecision, right? Remember, I have those doubts of indecision when I want to do something, but I'm not really sure, and I have what we call indecision. I'm not sure and clear on what I want to do. You know what I mean? I don't have this belief, this great belief that I want to do something, and it kills the opportunity because time is moving. And remember that your inspiration must act on them fast before the inspiration subsides. Before the inspiration subsides. Okay. Then he also speaks about persistence. I love persistence. To sustain your efforts, you need persistence. Okay. Most people quit at the first sign of a struggle. Most people quit at the first sign of a struggle or defeat. You try something, okay, I'm starting this business, I've got it registered, I apply for finance and I don't get the finance the first time, and I now let go, I give up. That's what it means. Your consistency is needed. Your persistence is needed. Your consistency is needed. Persistence guarantees that setbacks become stepping stones. I love that. Setbacks or linked to stepping stones. If you look at it that way, this is a setback. It can be my stepping stone if I persist. That can be my stepping stone if I persist. Okay, that bank or that organization hasn't financed me. Let me try and find other places, other organizations that can finance my business. Or maybe I can work around this thing. Maybe I can take a loan, right? Remember, you got to be very careful as well. You got to make those risks or take those risks that are calculated. Will I be able to pay it back? Always ask yourself that as well. Remember, persistence guarantees that setbacks become your stepping stones. That's what they say. Yeah, this is all the teachings of Napoleon Hill from his book Grow and Be Rich, right? Grow and think. It's actually grow and think. Am I right? Let me go here back here. It's all about think and grow. It's all about thinking and growing to be rich, right? It's all about that. So that's what we're talking about today. So we're talking about the concept that help us to become more successful. This is what Napoleon has put out for us as nice information to help us along the way of life, all right? Then the next one is the mind, what mastermind, power of collective energy, right? Collective energy is collaboration. Surround yourself with like-minded people who believe in your mission, in your dream. Surround yourself with like-minded people that can help elevate you and your dream, that can help you create this thing that you want to create. This is all part of the mastermind, power of collective energy, where two or more come together, all things are possible, especially when it comes together with agreement. Somebody that agrees on your dream, that sees your dream the way you see it and is willing to help you build your dream. Okay, collaboration and sharing energy multiplies your results. Always remember, working to other people can also be helpful, but be very careful who you choose. Choose those people that are just as ignited with inspiration as you are about this business that you want to open and create, right? Don't go to people that are living in lack, right? Because if you're living in abundance, right, you shouldn't be a matching to people living in lack. Because people living in lack, maybe they might have the money, but they're living in lack and they're not willing to see your dream if it's a possibility. That means they're not aligning. It says when two or more come together in agreements, all things are possible. Not come together in agreements without understanding what we are building. You have to understand what the person is building. You need to understand your dream as much as you understand your dream. You've been targeted with procrastination. I know that you need to let go of it. You need to tell yourself or tell procrastination. Think of procrastination as a person. Tell that person, I don't want to be your friend anymore. I don't want to be where you are, procrastination. I'm now disowning you. Now you're now making this a real thing. I'm now disowning you. I'm a person of success and abundance. Tell yourself that and tell procrastination to step aside. You, procrastination with your big head, step aside. Make it even a joke. Get my boy, step aside. Let me start my life. Let me do what I need to do. You, procrastination, move one side so I can continue with my life. Okay, you need to tell yourself that and tell procrastination that you want to level up, right? Life is about the level up. You need to be clear on what you want, long shot, because you were talking about you've been targeted with procrastination. Tell that procrastination to move one side. You are heading full force to your success. You need to get things done, right? Every morning, get up in the morning and say affirmation. Now physically removing all procrastination and all stumbling blocks and all doubts. I'm removing them and I'm moving this way. I'm a creator. I'm a creator. And I create wonderful things, right? And whatever I'm inspired to do, I will do it. Do not don't delay and don't let it control you, sweetie pie. Don't let it control you. You are the master of your own reality. Get control of your own reality. Hi, Lucy. How are you doing? Thank you for joining my live, Lucy. You sick and my horse is not cool. Babes, all things are possible. You need to speak life into your body. I am healthy. I am healed. I am healthy. I am healed. My heart is healing. I'm making it a choice. Put your hand on your heart and say, I'm making the choice to make my life better. My heart is healing. I'm healing myself now. My body knows no sickness. My body knows no sickness. Tell yourself and tell your body, I trust. I trust that you can heal yourself. You have everything that you desire to heal yourself. You have all the things that you need to heal yourself. Sometimes we need to speak to our body. Speak to your body and say, body, We're healing today, right? What do you need that I can give you to heal? Maybe it's more sleep. Maybe it's more nourishing foods. Maybe it's more movement, right? Ask your body, what can I do for you to make you better today, right? Remember, your heart is your center. As you're saying, that you need to heal your heart chakra and open your heart chakra. All things are possible. Forgive those that hurt you in the past. Remember that unforgiveness can also cause and manifest sicknesses. Unforgiveness can also manifest and cause sicknesses. Okay, sweetie pie? So, Lucy, speak to yourself, speak into your situation, speak into your body, speak into your heart, because you have that ability. You are a magical being, okay? You are a magical being. You are a magical being, okay? So what you can go ahead, if you like my content, Lucy, go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you can get to see my lives, and I'm doing my lives, and also you can go and see when every time I post something, okay? I've got wonderful, encouraging, uplifting contents on my channel about spirituality and self-development and self-awareness. It's all about that, right? Babes, you are the boss. You are the boss. Long shot. You are the boss over your life, over your mind. You are the master of your own reality. You keep on telling yourself. Procrastination is only an idea. Your body's trying to keep you safe. Your body's trying to keep you safe because your body's engineered for comfort. Okay, when you need to do something that's gonna take you out of your comforts and try something new, long shot, your body triggers procrastination and puts things off because it doesn't like being out of the comfortable zone, the comfort zone. Now remember, success needs you to move from the comfort zone to the uncomfortable stuff, right? Things that make you feel uncomfortable. Do those things. That is why they say that people that want to become successful in life have to try different things they haven't tried before, because it moves you from the comfort zone to the uncomfortable zone. That's where your success is. Moving away from the comfort zone. Your procrastination is a way of your brain on your mind trying to keep your body safe, right? Now remember, your mind and your body are linked, right? So procrastination is not necessarily a bad thing. It's more like your mind and your body trying to keep you safe. However, you must tell your mind and your body that I want this thing, I desire this thing, I want to level up, I need to level up. I see myself as leveling up, as being a successful person. So I'm going to take myself out of comfort zone for a short while and do this thing that seems to be uncomfortable, because the more you do something, the more comfortable it becomes, the more it becomes part of who you are. Then that procrastination and put things off thing that's happening will disappear, because now you're used to it, but you need to first do it, right? It's like riding a bicycle. The first time you were young, you didn't know how to ride a bicycle, you were afraid of falling, right? As soon as you jumped on the bicycle and you gain your confidence, started moving your legs and moving the bicycle, you gain the confidence, right? Now each time, ever since then, you jump on a bicycle, you have that confidence because you've built it in. Right. Mean you're not delaying anything. Same with procrastination. You understand? It's all about you deciding, okay, I know that what you're trying to tell me, body. You want to keep me safe. I do understand, but I know where I want to go, and I'm willing to try this new thing. Right. So let me just do this new thing. You'll get used to it. But talk to yourself. Talk to yourself as well to convince yourself that you are safe when you try something new. Right? That you'll get used to it. Right. Remember, it's all about that. You are the master of your own reality. Right. Let me talk about the subconscious mind, because this is what this guy Neville, no, Napoleon speaks about this whole thing. I'm reading about the book. I'm talking about the book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, right? A great author, great teacher of wonderful things. People that were here before us can teach us a lot of things about life, and have really left us like, breadcrumbs of knowledge, like little pearls of wisdom that we can take in, absorb, and own, and then change our own life experience. He speaks about number 10, the subconscious mind. The connecting link is your subconscious mind. Whatever you feed your subconscious mind, as I said, right? Your fears, your beliefs, your desires shape your actions, right? Whatever you feed your subconscious mind, your beliefs, your fears, your desires, and shapes your actions. Remember, I said that the subconscious mind is neutral. It doesn't have any opinions. You feed those ideas in your head. So the question is, Mr. Longshot, what have you been telling yourself that's causing you to put things on hold, to procrastinate? What have you been telling yourself about this thing that you want to do, right? That's allowing you now to push things one side and delay and put them on hold. There's something you've been telling yourself. It means you need to change that belief again. You need to feed your subconscious mind this new information that I've been talking about now. Tell your subconscious mind it's safe. It's safe for me to try this new thing. I can do this thing. I can achieve it. Right? I'm able to do it. Right? There's nothing to fear. All things are possible. Tell your body too as well, because your subconscious mind is part of your body and your mind. Right? Remember your mind as your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, your super conscious mind, right? That's part of the mind part, right? Then your body has its own different areas as well, the physical body, emotional body, and the spiritual bodies around, right? Now remember that all these parts of us are very important and play a big role in our day-to-day decision making and even our level up. It's all about our body and our mind concepts, layers of our mind and our body. Very important. Now let's go back to the subconscious mind, right? Now, as a Napoleon says, I love Neville as well. I keep on thinking about him as well. And when Napoleon Hill speaks about subconscious mind connecting the link, right? Whatever you feed your subconscious mind, your belief systems, your fears, your desires shape your actions, right? Remember that your actions are shaped by your beliefs, your fears, your desires, and everything else that you put inside within yourself. Then guard your thoughts and your emotions. He speaks about guarding your thoughts and your emotions. Napoleon Hill speaks about guarding your thoughts and your emotions. Then number 11, the brain broadcasts and receiving station. Your brain is a broadcasting and receiving station. Your brain, the physical organ called the brain, is a broadcasting and receiving station. It speaks about your mind being like a transmitter. It's a transmitter. It sends out energy and attracts like-minded energy. So your mind is like a transmitter, right? Which is your organ, right? Your broadcasting receiving station, as he calls it. Your mind is like a transmitter. It sends out energy that attracts like-minded energy, right? In other words, you attract who you are, the friends, situations, circumstances, resources. Your level up, your success is actually, it's pulled in by your mindsets about your vibration, what you're transmitting about your life experience, okay? All things are possible. In other words, that's what they're saying here. If you look at it very carefully, right? Remember, when your brain and your mind becomes more sensitive to your guidance, to your higher self, in other words, your higher self is important as well. So we have your brain and you have your sixth sense. It speaks about your sixth sense. So let me complete the brain story. From your frequency on abundance, not lack. You got to tune your frequency to abundance and not lack for you to be able to change what you're transmitting to the universe. You need to keep your frequency on abundance, not lack, for you to be able to change what you're transmitting out to the universe. Very important. Now, the sixth sense, he speaks about your sixth sense being your intuition, your inspiration. That's your sixth sense. That hunch within you, that feeling, that voice that you hear, that's your intuition, your sixth sense. He speaks about that as well. The door to infinite intelligence. He calls it the door of infinite intelligence. Intuition, inspiration, and hunches are signals from the universal intelligence. Universal intelligence is also your higher self. Now, remember, we all have our higher self concepts as well, right? Our higher selves. Every single person has a higher self connecting to the universe, right? Now, remember you here, I said like in my last life, you here, you are the game piece. You're the game piece, right? Used by your higher self. Your higher self is that all-knowing, all-powerful being that sees more than what you see. You just see this body. You see this I personality, who you are. You see that you Lucy Naidu, or you see that you whoever you are. That is your perception. Your higher self sees the higher version. The higher self sees your past, your future, all possibilities, sees your expression outside of this game, in this matrix, and also inside this matrix game, right? Your higher self is your helper as the game piece. You need to connect with your higher self, right? Your higher self is then connected to God. So if you want to, some people connect their high self to all God, or all knowing kind of thing, right? Remember that we have we have helpers, we have guides. Your high self is one of your helpers, your guide, right? The connection to your higher self is connecting to that being that sees more than you, that being that has the God frequency. You need to be at a certain level of frequency for you to connect to your higher self. You need to be at love, you need to be at peace, you need to be at a place where you can actually reach your higher self, to reach God, in other words, right? So he's waiting, or she's waiting, or it's waiting for you to reach out for some help, right? Because you have that connection that's never broken. You break it. It's your perceptions. You separate yourself from God, your higher self, right? Remember that you also are God, because you are God, born and created from a God. So you cannot be nothing else but a God. You may call yourself a mini God, a demigod, whatever you want to call yourself, but you are a God, because you are the sons and the daughters of the divine creator, right? The higher self, right? The one that created all things. You are that spark, because it says at the beginning there was the Big Bang. The Big Bang speaks about that um, God entity splitting itself into different energies to experience life, that which is not, because of the fact that God created all living things for him to see and experience what it is to be in a living experience, to be in a physical experience. God created all living things to experience what it is to be a physical thing. You understand? So we are connecting to God because of that relationship we have with Source, right? That we are divine. Our high self help us connect as well. So your high self is your guidance to that to the God part of to the creator. Let's call it that, the creator, right? Now remember that when you overcome fears Fear is an inverted faith, right? It's not the true thing. Faith is the true thing. Fear is an illusion. The final enemy is your fear. Fear is the biggest barrier to success. Fear of poverty, fear of death, fear of criticism, fear of old age, fear of death, right? Very important. He speaks about it, Napoleon speaks about it in his book called Outwitting the Devil, another beautiful, beautiful book on how we as human beings see the devil per se, right? That remember the devil is not powerful. We give the devil that power. We give the negativity that power. Devil is an archetypal energy of all things away from love. All things away from love is the devil per se, right? That failure, that loss, that procrastination, that negativity, that depression is away from love, away from divine source, and we all love. But we came in as love into human body to experience what it is not to be of love for a temporal moment of being in this life. However, we can connect to love because we are of love. We all love. We are born from love. We all love, right? So when you choose to follow what negativity tells you, what the devil tells you, separating yourself from divine source, from love, from your creator, you are isolating yourself. You are removing yourself from your source. Now, when you remove yourself from your source, you need energy, right? You need energy. So what you do, become an energy vampire. That's why negative people are always going on these type of channels and then negative, and they're trying to get energy. They're trying to take energy because of the fact that they're not connected to divine source and not connected to divine source. So they become energy vampires looking for people at a high vibration to criticize them and also to do all sorts of things because they want to feed from your energy. They want to feed from your positivity. Right? Be very careful. They always tell people and teach people that you need to choose which content, which people you connected to. Don't connect to people that are negative because they're gonna use you to sap you dry and keep on making you to doubt yourself, to doubt who you are because they don't know who they are. They separated from the light, so they're gonna come and use you and oppress you. What we call the narcissist. Narcissistic people don't have love. They don't have the light within them. So they like to feed from people that don't know who they are, right? People that feel that they don't know that they are divine. So those are the people that will be used and abused by narcissists. So try and make your friendships clearly and understand that everything's vibration, that the phrase I'm choosing, the content that I'm choosing to listen to, is it content of high vibration, or is it content away from light and love? Okay, you make the choice, because you are the God of your own reality. You are the God of your own reality. Remember, what are our takeaways? 80% mindset, right? Everything, wealth is 80% mindset. If you want wealth in your life, you have to change your mindset, because it's all about 80% being all about your mindset, your worldview. 20% is the doing, right? 80% is the mindset, so what I feel about life. The 20% is the doing. What am I doing? What inspired action am I following in my life to create what I want? Remember, wealth starts with the mind. What you think and feel and believe creates your results. What you think, feel, and believe creates your results. Okay? Thoughts, belief, action, habits, and destiny. So we think about thoughts, belief, action, habits, and destiny, because your habits are coming from you being doing something continuously. Doing repetition creates your habits. Remember, it's your thoughts, it's your belief, it's your actions, it's your habits creates your destiny, right? Your destiny is connected to your thoughts, your beliefs, your habits, your actions, as well, and your habits will create your destiny. Very important. Understand that, right? Understand that your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions, and your habits create your destiny. You are who you are because of your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions, and your habits that created where you are now. Remember, if you want to move yourself from where you are now and go somewhere else, you need to change your thoughts, your beliefs, your habits, and your destiny shall change. Your destiny shall change as well, where you want to be. Right? Remember, I told you there's a version of you in the quantum field. Every type of version, the rich version, the successful version of you. That person that you want to be already exists. You need to align yourself to that person. You need to embody and embrace that lifestyle, the way of thinking. Very important. If you hold on to things that don't work for you, you're keeping yourself in the same space. When you hold on things that you don't believe in, right? You don't believe in something. Why are you holding on to it? Remove it. Remember, every time we need to reassess our beliefs and say, is it still valid for me? This belief that I have now, is it still valid for me? It's very important to understand that, right? I'm about to now close my live. So if you have not as yet, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. My channel is all about leveling up, right? So then always share as well my videos as well. Share and like my videos and comment, because engagement is very important when it comes to social media, right? Remember, the app needs engagement to understand that, okay, this content is something that's it's likable. People are liking this content. So please go ahead and subscribe, and also share my content with your friends, right? And comments as well. Lucy, have a good day. Longshot, have a good day. And the rest of you all enjoy my life. Have a good day. And remember to stay blessed. Longshot, stay blessed. You can work on your procrastination. You can let it go. Let it be, right? You in hospital, Lavi. I know that you can heal yourself in hospital right there. Heal yourself in hospital with your thoughts. Think positive always. Always think possible with positivity, Lucy. Remember, everything's passing. This situation, if you're being in hospital, is passing. Speak yourself into health, and all things are possible, my love. Okay, I will pray for you as well. I will pray for you, Lucy. Lucy, I'm actually praying for you, right? And I'm speaking life into you. Right, I'm speaking love and light into your body now. You're being healed at this moment. Lucy, you're being healed at this moment. I'm sending you light and love to you, sweetie pie. I'm sending light and love to Lucy Naidu at this moment. Light and love to you, lovey. Have a great weekend further, guys. I'm going to be on a live again tomorrow as well, right? So if you're interested, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you're able to see when I'm on a live again, okay? Have a great Saturday further, guys, sweetie pies. Remember that all things are possible. Your limitations are self-created. You limit yourself always. All things are possible. Even your healing is possible. All things are possible. There's no limitations in life except for the ones that you create, okay? Have a great week, Saturday further.